Alright guys, we are here today with Miss Foxtrot and we just want to demo some of the basic stuff that she's learned in a dog safe off-leash environment where we know that the room is small enough that she will eventually circle around back to us because we're still trying to build that interest and focus on us. So along with any time that she comes in my direction and gives me her attention, I am still reinforcing for that, whether I'm just acknowledging her by reaching down and petting her, or marking and rewarding, or playing with a toy, just some sort of acknowledgement to show her that it's good to look to you, because remember, we are still building her confidence. And I do want you guys in the beginning especially to be using your marker signal and your treats to reinforce for this attention right there as much as possible so that she can build that confidence and learn to trust you even more deeply. And then that way, once you have her attention, you can ask for some simple cues like the sit and then the down that we've been working on. Very good job. We have been working on building our distance, which is just really, really simple. All we have to do is slowly increase that distance out to the back. Nope. She gets up, all you have to do is withdraw your reinforcement. Very good. Take that step back, click again, and take a step. Oop. See, this is too hard. We do have the ceiling fan going because I noticed, I don't know if you guys have ceiling fans at home, but she's been spooking at mine. It could be because they're larger. I didn't throw anything, baby. It's okay if you guys have a different hand signal for sit. I've been using this because it's pretty universal. I work with so many families. Everybody has their own different ones. She has not forgotten whatever hand signals you guys have been using. So it's okay to go back to whatever you've been using. Hi. So after we grab her attention, or we have her attention, whether she gave it voluntarily or not, good girl, very good. You're going to slowly increase this distance after she's sat or she's laying down. See, this is too much. Nope. She's very used to us asking her to sit right in front of us and facing us, right? So changing direction and shifting around her, I wouldn't say it makes her nervous necessarily, but she's so excited to just be right in front of us. Down. I gotta think about this. You see her repositioning herself. She's like, I gotta be right next to you for all of this. Very good, Free. We have been building up a release cue to let her know that she's dismissed from doing whatever we've asked of her, okay? That's gonna help build duration, which is one of our 3 Ds that we were talking about, distance, distraction, duration. We've been working on slowly increasing the distraction because that is, depending on what the distractions are, that is something that can stress her out or increase the anxiety level here. So we're trying to be very mindful of that. I'm gonna see if I can put myself in a position where I can actually walk away. Good girl. Oh, you're silly. Come on. Oh, yes. Down. So she is just on hand signals from a standing position. I'm going to inch away a little bit here. Good girl. And click for that distance right there. Even though we have all this extra distraction, I'm making extra duration between the click and receiving the reinforcement. If you click and she's in the down position and as she gets up, while you're handing her the treat, all you have to do is withdraw the treat and allow her to self-correct, okay? Notice that, Free, good girl. Notice that I'm not asking her multiple times to do anything. I'm asking once and giving her a moment to think. If she does get up when I'm in the middle of trying to deliver whatever the reinforcer is, right now we're using food, then we want to make sure that we're withdrawing that and reinforcing for the same position that we clicked for, okay? Good girl. This is all going to fade away pretty quick, but in this beginning, first 2 weeks of transitioning back home, you want to make sure you're being consistent. That is going to be the key to her success. Very good. So marking for that visual attention right there, that's perfect. Good girl. You like that couch? We hang in here a bit. Good girl. Another cue that we've been working on, aside from strengthening her sit and her down, is touch. She's like, what do you want? I'm not going to ask her twice. Yes, very good. And all we're looking for here is for her to bump noses, ideally to the palm of her hand. There was a stage where, I'm not going to lie, I got a little bit lackadaisical with this, and I started marking for her just touching my fingertips because we had a couple of days where she was a little overwhelmed and stressed with what was going on in the house. So that is something that we're back on track with. You don't want to mark for half-assed behaviors. Try to make sure that you're feeling for it instead of looking for it, but you want her to touch nose to palm. Hi. Touch. That's not it. So we'll wait for her. It's been a minute since I've actually worked on this one. I got all day, girlie. Yes, good girl. Very good. Now it is confusing her a little bit that I've been asking for things back to back to back to back. So that's okay. That's pretty normal for a dog to be like, oh, you're gonna ask for this next, or why aren't we doing this? So do give her that moment or two to think. That will get faster as she becomes more proficient. Good girl. Touch. Yes, very good. That was a nice bump. Ready? Yep. She's jumping on you. No touch, no talk, no look, okay? She's really wound up this morning because we've been doing a whole lot of fun, crazy stuff. There's been a lot of activity in and out of the house, so I'm expecting a lot more jumping. I just separated her from a play session with Georgie, so she's a little bit like, hey, you know, we're still wound up and jumpy, and that's okay. Good girl, but just make sure that you're not feeding any reinforcement to that behavior so that it can go extinct, okay? Touch. Oh, that's fingertips, it doesn't count. Yes, good girl. That was a good one. Very good. Very good. Good job. All right. So we're adding the distance, distraction, and duration to the basic sit and the down. So you guys can slowly start inching that away. And again, this is something that you should be practicing in every single room of your house that she's allowed in, on or off leash. If she's not coming back to you because she's so overwhelmed by the environment, it is okay to grab your leash and hook her up, so that, you know, you could stand here and she has nowhere else to go except for within the confines of that 6-foot radius that your leash is, okay? And that's totally fine. One more touch. No. Yes, very good. So you can see how excited she is, but she eventually corrected herself and was like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing. That's a good girl. Very good. I'm okay that she's just chilling on the couch. There's nothing wrong with that. Can I sit here? Oh my goodness. Good girl. She did really good. She's doing excellent. Very good. Now, if she's doing the whole mouthing thing, I would stop the play immediately. Since Georgie has shown up, she's gotten really, really rambunctious, and I'm okay with that. She's a happy dog. She's having a good time. But the moment teeth touches skin, she's a decent enough sized dog, and even though she's being careful, accidents happen with the teeth. But as soon as teeth touches skin, it's, hey, we withdraw all the pets and all the attention in the play. And we can revisit it once she's a little calm, and we'll come back in nice and calm. And then we'll work our way back up to that being goofy and silly. What do you think? This is a good session. Yes. Huh? You're a good girl. Yes. Okay. Can you get off? Yes, good girl. That's not it. Yes, good girl. Very good. Be careful that you don't do what I just did there and you kind of help her a little bit by moving your palm towards your nose. It happens, guys, but just try to. The training is going to be all about, just as much about changing your own behavior and being aware of what your body language is telling her as it is about paying attention to her body language and teaching her to become more aware and intentional. Good girl. What do you think? We're done. Well done. You did good.